And profit margins are
And we're looking at like a nice 50% profit margin, maybe 47. I think it kind of depends for the process.
47. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel today. I have one of my success students here with me, Masha. She is here to talk to you guys all about her Amazon FBA journey and success selling on Amazon FBA. Hi, Masha. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you, Tamara?
I'm good. I'm surviving in the snow in Vancouver. It's super cold. And before we got on this recording, my internet got cut off for a split second. So I hope there are no more interruptions because I really want to ask you everything about your journey and how you made it this far. Let's introduce yourself to our audience here. Like, what do you do full time? How did you find me? Why Amazon FBA?
So hi guys, Tamara mentioned, my name is Masha. I have been Tamara's student for about 2 years, and I've been selling on Amazon for about 4 years. And I decided to join Tamara's course. I came across some of her videos, and just like most people, I probably watch some of her videos until I got a sense for what kind of person Tamara is. And what I really liked about it is the no fluff approach. Like, she talked a lot about profits as opposed to just revenues. So that really stood out to me. And she really talked in like more of a approachable language, more simple, none of like really overly complicated terms. So I figured, okay, like she makes it really accessible to most people. So I decided to join her course about 2 years ago. And it really helped me to improve and learn what I was already doing, just do it better. So about 2 years ago, that's where I started seeing more improvement in my business. Prior to that, it was a lot of trial and error, lots of learning curves. So yeah, here I am 2 years later and joined the community. I'm really glad to be here.
Years. I remember you joining, and time flies. What do you do full time now? I know we talked a little bit about this off camera, but you're in the perfect position to run your Amazon FBA business full time. So what were you doing before? What are you doing now?
For sure. So I always had like a part-time jobs that I like to have. I've been pursuing entrepreneurship for the past 5 years. So I always had jobs like serving jobs or any part-time jobs that allows me to not be tied to 9 to 5, just have more flexible schedule. And right now I still have like a 2 days a week work shift at the restaurants where I have 5 days to myself to do business, learn more about Amazon and outside of Amazon as well, just overall skills that I learned for other things that I want to approach, I want to pursue in my personal life. But yeah, mainly my focus is Amazon and Shopify, and I have 5 days a week to do that.
Awesome. So how much sales have you made this past year, and what is the profit margin? Just so you guys all know, we are recording this in January 2024. So Masha is going to share with you her sales and profits from 2023.
All right, let's look at my Amazon seller app. And last year, so for the past 12 months, I have made, I hope you guys can see that, I made 85,000, it will not focus, 85,000 in revenue.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that has been, you can see that the, I guess, spike in sales. So we'll talk about that a little bit, what happened there. But yeah, that has been the past 12 months. And in terms of profits, which really matters the most, I am doing about 47% profit margins. So yeah.
So if I do the math here, that is just around $40,000 a year in profit. That's a full-time job. So good for you. And you do your part-time serving job. So, I mean, I can't imagine the flexibility you have. Like, now that your Amazon FBA business is up and running, like how much time do you spend on it per day, would you say?
The stuff, the amount of time that I need to spend on it, I would say like 10 hours a week, but I spend a lot more time on that because I'm working with a business partner now. And we're just trying to learn more about other aspects of business in general that does involve Amazon. So we didn't just like launch a product and we stop there and do maintenance. We're trying to think about other angles, other ways we can continue improving the product. So that's more of a like on our side. As far as like how much time I need to spend on Amazon, like roughly about 10 hours a week, like just maintain it and make sure the inventory is there, that the numbers are taken care of as far as like accounting side, because I still do my own bookkeeping. So yeah, that's part of it.
I also want to share with you guys that Masha's winning product does not require any Amazon PPC advertising. So if you guys don't know what that is, PPC stands for pay per click. Basically, Masha followed the program, found herself a winning product, and she does not have to do any advertising, which is amazing. By the way, Masha, how did you do your product research? Like, was there something specific that you did? Like, tell us a little bit about that.
I definitely use tools. I tried to think about it because we'll talk about product a little more because it went from not being a winning product to being a winning product in like a year later. But yes, I used the Helium 10 to do my research, see what's demand for the product and if there's a room for me to really compete. Um, and on top of that, I had some personal interests. My product is in the beauty category, so I knew I would be more emotionally invested in it if I were to pursue it and if I were to like add more value and improve it in the way that I could improve it, as opposed to like if I were selling a screwdriver, which obviously I'm not, I probably wouldn't know how to make it better. So yeah, that was two of those factors played role into knowing the numbers, knowing the potential, having the data to know that there is a room for you to compete, but also having some interest in it. That was what happened to me.
That's awesome. I mean, most of the times I tell people, hey, you do not have to be passionate about your product. Like for me, I sell kids' toys when I did not have any kids. And that made sense for me because the numbers worked out. But in Masha's situation, I really like her story because she's actually passionate about it, which makes her feel like, I really care about my product. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make it succeed. And it's cool because I remember Masha posting in my student community on Facebook saying that I have a loser product. And then later it's like, wait a minute, that loser turned into a winner. So I'm curious, what makes your product unique? And what did you do in terms of differentiation?
Yeah, definitely. So I feel like when I launched the product, there was enough knowledge around the product, but people weren't quite aware of the product itself. One of those beauty products that you didn't know you need until eventually everyone started buying it and you start noticing a little more. So it was one of those products. And when I looked at the design of the product, I definitely saw some flaws. I could see the complaints in the comment section from the main seller, and I felt like it's not just I felt like it was clear that it was related to design of the product itself. Functionality was there, but people struggle with the way how they use it. So I redesigned the product in a way that seems to be easier to use it, and yeah, that's when I launched it. But I feel like because it was such a different design from the main seller, people weren't really like didn't know how to feel about it. Like maybe that's not the functionality won't be the same as good as the main product. So yeah, it wasn't until a year later my product started gaining some traction and started gaining some sales. And probably within 2 months, it went from zero to like 5,000 in revenue. And that was kind of surprising because for a year, it just sat there in Amazon. I would
Yeah,
sell a
you
couple
said it
units.
was dead. You're
Yeah.
like product is the loser, and then it just kept on progressing. Like, what caused that like progression in sales and spike?
Like, honestly, I don't have enough data. I feel like maybe it was like a social media
Ooh, okay.
hype around it. Maybe people became more aware of it and somehow the algorithm pushed me higher. But yeah, honestly, I don't have enough data on what made it winning product. Obviously, people bought it and liked it enough. But as far as like why the spike, like I don't have enough data. There's only so much you can see within Amazon with the
Right.
data they provide. But yeah, I think the combination of things like spike around social media possibly, as well as the algorithm have pushed it in front of people, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, nobody knows the Amazon algorithm. One day you can be at $0 and the next day you could be at 5,000 bucks. And, we call that
Yeah.
like an overnight success, which doesn't happen a lot, but it's totally possible. And I feel like with Masha, your product was a success, not overnight, but like over year, huge success. So
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Well,
Are you building a brand and launching more products, or are you happy with where you are at? Like, what does the future look like with you, Amazon, and business?
yeah, for sure. Um, so I definitely want to expand. I don't love the name of my brand, and I think it's okay. I feel like when I started, I was sick of just having analysis paralysis, not having the right name, not having this, not having that. So I was just like, I'm just gonna go with something. So I went with that name, and like a couple of years later, I never changed the brand name. So I do want to expand in that category specifically and in that niche specifically, but I may change brand name. So I might keep that brand name that I have for that product, but I will probably create a different brand with next product that I will sell.
And just so you guys know, I'm not sure if we mentioned it, but Masha only has one winning product, and this product has made her more than a full-time income. So I've said it so many times, you guys, all you need is really one product to succeed. Do you have a trademark on this brand name or not yet?
I do, yes.
Okay, good. Awesome. That's good. So what are some tips you can give to newbie Amazon sellers? Talk about your experience being a newbie yourself. I think like before when we got on camera here, you were saying you learned like something from someone else and it didn't work out, and then you met a business partner. Let's hear all about that.
Yeah, definitely. Um, well, if you just starting out, like if you feel like you're an entrepreneur, but you don't really know where you're at, like where you want to take it, I would say like really make it real for yourself. Like for me, when I just started, I set up corporation and I had no business setting up corporation, but I knew that if I set up corporation, that means I'll have to learn the taxes. That means I'll have to learn all the aspects of business. Now, I'm not saying you need to set up corporation, but whatever makes that real for a person, for me, like, okay, now it's real business. Like I have to put in work. I have to do all these things as opposed to just like it's a side, like a side hustling. So I feel like those things like make it real for yourself, whatever it means, and accountability. It wasn't until I like met my business partner that things became a little more also real, I guess. We would meet up once or twice a week, like over Zoom, and we would discuss and continuously trying to improve and build the business. It's easy to like leave it on the back burner when you the only person who's doing that. And given the nature of the business, you gotta rely a lot on yourself. You gotta rely a lot on self accountability, and sometimes it's hard. Like life gets in the way. You have responsibilities. You have kids. You have job, and etc. But I feel like yeah, you definitely if you don't trust yourself fully to be only accountable to yourself, it would definitely help to have somebody, even if you guys not a business partners, maybe you're both working on something like separately,
Yeah.
but if you meet up once a week and you talk about these goals, talk about what you have accomplished in the past week, like it helped tremendously. When you see the spike in the sale, that was when we became partners. I feel like we brainstorm different ideas. We started thinking about like, okay, what's missing in the product that I already had? How can we make it better? And that was when we changed the packaging. It was when we delivered value in different way as well. So when you receive the product, it's not just the product itself, it's the entire experience. When you open the box, like how does customer feel about what they see? So yeah, in many ways, we contribute to business, and luckily we're very different people. I'm more risk averse, she's not. She's like, let's do this, let's do that, and that helped us to really like move forward, because I feel like I was stagnant for a while with the business, and when we became business partners, we start trying different things, and you have to try different things to see what works, what doesn't. So yeah, that definitely helped me, and within accountability as well as like obviously financial results.
Yeah, it's like having a buddy that shows up and that kind of forces you to show up because you obviously don't want to let down your buddy.
For
So
sure.
this is why I stress all the time, you guys, it's so important that you surround yourself with people who want to do what you are doing and they have an open mind about it. And but most importantly, find someone who wants to be on the same journey as you. So I think Masha was also talking a little bit about how her business partner is in the United States and she's in Canada. This is the same situation for me. I have a business partner in the United States, and being Canadian, there is a huge benefit. Let's talk a little bit about that, Masha. I know you mentioned it a little bit about this off camera, but how has that been beneficial to you in terms of like reviews and everything else?
Yeah, so let's trace back a little bit to like when we relaunched the product. It was the same product, we just improved it, but we did create a brand new listing and we had to relaunch it. So that means we started from zero. We had no reviews. So having a partner who is in the United States, because we couldn't, we didn't know we were gonna launch with PPC or any other method. One of them is like search and find, meaning when you tell some friends and family and they find your product and then hopefully they leave review. And we're trying to prioritize, okay, we want to do it authentic way, meaning even if we recruit our friends and family, we don't want to tell them, hey, like you loved our product, leave us 5 stars. We're like, hey, give us feedback. And not all the people who purchase our product were inclined to leave review. We just wanted to know how they feel about our product in general. But yeah, with that method, because she's in the US and the main marketplace that I sell is in the US as well, that helped us to eliminate that. I don't have to find random people on the internet to do search and find. We didn't want to use PPC at that time. So yeah, she recruited a lot of people who she knew, and that's kind of helped in terms of the initial launch, but also helps like when you want to make sure you stock an inventory, and if she has enough space, we can store it at her place. We don't really need to like find storage or pay Amazon to do that, because as you may know, like the storage fees can add up if you want to be stocked up for like 6 months or like 9 months. Like you don't really know how well you're going to sell. You have some data, but you always want to prepare that maybe something happens, or you want to be smart with your storage, I guess.
Awesome. I love that. Having someone being Canadian, if you guys are Canadian, if you know an online friend or have connections in the United States, use them because they come in super handy in terms of like storing inventory, like Masha said, getting product reviews from friends, family, coworkers, so it really does help.
For sure. Yeah, definitely.
I think there was one last thing I did not touch on. Now I've lost my train of thought.
It's all good. No, it's all right. And I guess like the like any other thoughts in terms of like if you started out or if you've been doing Amazon for a little while, I feel like everyone hates to hear it, but like you got to be a little more patient. You can't like whenever I hear like in the community or somewhere else, like people like start freaking out about like the smallest thing. Like I know that's not the mindset you want to go with.
No.
And you got to remember that there's going to be a tipping point. Like all the work you put in up front, there's got to be a tipping point. It's unreasonable for you to put that much work and not succeed. At some point, you're going to succeed. You just don't know when. And it's okay to like not to see results right away. Like I didn't see results for 3 years, and I was internally okay with that. It would be nice to start making money from day one, but most people don't. And that's the whole part of the journey. Like it's the lowest investment in real business that you can think of. It's the most scalable one, but it does take time. And that's the mindset I approach this with.
Yes, and I have the exact same mindset, and I cannot believe like there's a lot of people that reach out to me in my DMs, and they're like, "Hey, I've been selling this product for a few days, and I have 1 or 2 sales," and I'm like, "Dude, it's been a few days. Like it's been like 1 day, and you're not rich yet." It's like
Yeah.
this takes time, and this is why it's a business. If you want instant results, then you got to work a 9 to 5 job and get paid by the hour. But who the heck wants to do that, right? You guys watching me, you want to be financially free, you want to have free time, you want to, expand and learn a new skill so you can make more money. I remember what I was going to say now before we go. So Masha did something called search and find. This is something that I teach inside of my program, and some people use it, some people don't. There's no right or wrong. It's just, since Masha's product does not require any PPC advertising and all the money she makes is straight up profit, good for you, Masha. Search and find can really help give this a boost. Basically, if we pretend that you are selling a beach ball and you want to get ranked on page 1 for beach ball, all you need to do is tell family, friends, or your connections, like, hey, go onto Amazon.com right now, type in beach ball, scroll down all the pages until you find my product and buy it. That's search and then find. And when you do this organically, it gives your rank a huge boost organically on Amazon. And eventually, when you do this enough, you don't need much or any PPC advertising. So I just want to clear that out for all you newbies out there. So yeah, thank you so much for your time, Masha. Is there anything left that you did not say it that you would love the audience to know about your success, your journey?
Other than, we talk a lot in the community about your why, and whatever your why is, like everyone has one. Sometimes we just disconnected from what we do. Like if your why is attached to your values, like for me, it's autonomy. Like I probably got to travel more this year than ever because I was able to, because I only work 2 days of my part-time job. I have those 5 days I can always plan my trips. But it always comes down to like my values. My values is to create this more autonomy. I have no doubt that in the next, whatever it takes, maybe it's a year, maybe less, I will be doing this full time. And it's only because the mindset is like 80% of what you're gonna do.
Yeah,
Mechanics, they easy to figure out eventually. Like, there's so much help, there's so much free knowledge, there's Tamara's course if you want more straightforward help. But your mindset that's all is gonna run your business. So I feel like if you can focus on that, if that's your main, if your main goal is to create freedom for yourself, you got to start with your mindset.
100%. And I think too many people come into this because they watch so many YouTube videos and they think, ooh, I'm going to start this, I'm going to be rich. But that's the wrong goal to have. Like, can it make you rich? Yes, but being rich is subjective, right? I mean, my values are different than yours. Like Masha loves to travel. I guess you don't have kids, no, right?
I don't.
Yeah, no kids. Masha loves to travel. Masha can do it right now. And for me, like my value now have shifted a lot since I had kids, and my values are spending time with them. So it really depends on, your why, what your goals are, and being true to yourself about it. And it's not just about, I want to get rich. And if your mindset is, I want to get rich, you're never going to get rich. In fact, you're going to end up getting very disappointed because this is a process. This is not, overnight success and be a millionaire tomorrow. No, it's not overnight.
Yeah, no, it's what I learned from the business is a lot more valuable because I can take this knowledge to anywhere else and apply it to different business models. But
exactly,
if you're just after the money, if you only like money focused, like you kind of come up short for yourself.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for your time today, Masha. If you guys have any questions for Masha or myself, or you want to tell us how amazing we are, then please drop it in the comment section below. Give this video a huge thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.